It was a quiet night on the second floor of the Harvey's Hotel. Supervisor Bob Vinson was on his night shift when something unusual caught his eye. In the middle of the corridor stood a strange-looking machine, one that definitely hadn't been there moments ago. This floor was restricted to hotel employees, and seeing such a device here at this hour immediately made Bob uneasy. It was a metallic box with another smaller box connected on top. The front looked like some kind of control panel, and on that panel were exactly 28 switches. It was 6:30 in the morning in the American state of Nevada, inside the famous Harvey's Lake Tahoe Hotel and Casino, a place that was about to make national headlines within the next 24 hours. Bob couldn't understand how this machine even got here. He'd been on duty all night, yet hadn't heard any sound of someone placing it in the corridor. Whoever brought it had placed it on 4 wooden blocks, pressed deep into the carpet. Proof that the machine was extremely heavy. But what made things even stranger was that the door locks near the machine had been jammed with super glue. As Bob stood there in confusion, he noticed an envelope lying beside the box. On it were the words, Harvey Management. Welcome back to A Flare, everyone. Harvey's Lake Tahoe, one of Nevada's best-known hotels and casinos. At that time, it was an 11-story building with 197 rooms. When Bob Vinson found that envelope, he rushed to call security. Soon, the police and fire department arrived as well. No one dared to pick up the envelope at first. Everyone feared it could be a trap. Using a broom handle, they carefully moved it, then opened it. Inside were 3 typed pages, created on a typewriter. At the top, the headline read, Warning for Hotel Management and Bomb Squad. The letter stated that the bomb should not be moved under any circumstances. Even the slightest shake could trigger detonation in milliseconds. No water or gas should be poured over it either, as it contained float switches that would react to any change in air pressure, causing it to explode instantly. Even the screws on top were connected to triggers. Turn them even a quarter rotation, and the bomb would go off. In short, it was an extremely sensitive, explosive device. According to the letter, at that time, around 600 guests were asleep in their rooms. The police immediately began evacuating the hotel, guiding everyone to the parking lot. Then the bomb squad arrived. The device was made of half-inch steel plates, welded neatly and smoothed with car body filler to hide any imperfections. Bubble levels were attached on all 4 sides, perhaps to ensure it stayed perfectly level. All this indicated that whoever built it knew exactly what they were doing. The letter went on to say that this bomb could not be defused by any means, not even by its own creator. Automatic timers have been installed inside, and the only way to prevent detonation within 24 hours was to follow the instructions precisely. The bomb squad and law enforcement officers decided not to take any reckless steps. They checked for fingerprints, none. They photographed it from every angle, then x-rayed it, to see if it truly contained explosives or was just an elaborate hoax. While waiting for the x-ray to develop, they placed a stethoscope on the box and heard faint sounds. Something inside was definitely moving. The letter claimed the box contained TNT, enough to destroy not just the hotel, but even the casino across the road. It warned them to evacuate everyone within a radius of 1,200 feet. Police quickly cleared nearby buildings, shut off the gas lines, and casino employees began relocating cash worth millions of dollars. FBI agents soon arrived, setting up a command center in a nearby building. Their tense faces showed just how serious the situation had become. The letter demanded $3 million in cash, and used $100 bills, unmarked and untreated with any chemicals. If they tried to be clever, the letter said they'd never be told how to defuse the bomb, and if the money wasn't delivered within 24 hours, the automatic timers would trigger the explosion. The X-ray results partially confirmed the letter's threat. The smaller top box contained wires connected to screws, a tilt sensor tube, and what looked like a float valve. The lower box was packed with multiple cylinders, though police couldn't tell what was inside them. It was clear this wasn't a prank. It was a real bomb. As the deadline drew closer, authorities decided to comply. The letter gave exact delivery instructions. The money would be delivered by helicopter at 11 p.m. The pilot was to land near the Lake Tahoe airport, facing south. Step out, wait by the fence, and await a phone call for further instructions. The helicopter was prepared. $3 million in cash was loaded on board, though all the bills were fake. A hidden gunman was placed behind the pilot's seat, with orders to protect the FBI agent at all costs. At exactly 11 p.m., the helicopter landed at the designated spot. Moments later, the nearby phone booth rang. The pilot answered, and a calm voice said, "There's a letter taped under the booth's table. Pick it up and read." The caller hung up within 5 seconds, clearly cautious of being traced. The new letter ordered the pilot to shine a flashlight inside the helicopter to prove he was alone. "Remember, we're watching you," it warned. Then he was to fly toward Highway 50. After 15 minutes, he'd see a strobe light in the forest. He was to land there and find another letter hanging from a tree. The pilot followed instructions, carefully flashing the cockpit light so the hidden gunman wouldn't be seen. But after circling for nearly an hour, no strobe light appeared anywhere in the dark woods. Finally, he returned to the airport. It was later discovered that he had misread the directions. The real drop zone was miles away. To reach the extortionist, police released a public message on TV, saying there was confusion about the location. When the criminal saw the news and realized the police were still willing to pay, he called the station himself. He said, "Switch number 5 on the machine inside Harvey's. Flip it upward and wait for my next call." Perhaps he was trying to buy time, but it was already too late. It was 6:40 in the morning, more than 24 hours since the bomb had been planted. And yet, it still hadn't exploded. That was a hopeful sign. The FBI, police, bomb squad, and fire department gathered in the command center. They estimated the bomb contained up to 1,000 pounds of TNT. They calculated that if it exploded inside the hotel, it would destroy the interiors but leave the main structure standing. They decided to detonate it themselves in a control blast. A small plastic explosive was placed beside the control box, designed to disable it before the TNT could go off. By mid-afternoon on August 27th, everything was ready. Crowds stood a kilometer away as news cameras rolled. Then came a shout, "Fire in the hole," and a remote trigger was pressed. The corridor shook. The machine detonated in a powerful explosion. But the aftermath revealed a surprise. It wasn't TNT inside, but dynamite, which caused much less damage than expected. The investigation finally uncovered the man behind the plot, a 58-year-old named John Burgess. His 2 sons had helped him. John had lost his life savings gambling at the very same casino, and the bomb plot had been his desperate revenge. His plan had been to steal the helicopter and escape with the money. If the pilot had landed at the real location, John's sons were waiting there to hijack it and flee to their getaway car. John Burgess was sentenced to 20 years in prison. His sons were pardoned after cooperating with authorities. In 1996, John Burgess died of liver cancer. After the incident, the hotel's owner rebuilt and renovated Harvey's Hotel. Bigger, stronger, and with a new design. And that's the incredible true story of the Harvey's casino bombing, one of America's most daring extortion attempts. Thank you for watching IFAR TV. Don't forget to like, share, and leave your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next